So since I've been back, I've been playing with the Vector, and I've been rocking it. So I wanted to figure out what are its limitations, what are my limitations with it. So here's a field test that I decided to do. Here's me firing with a compressor. I'm going to switch over to the flash hider. And finally the suppressor. Is it being suppressed? Is that worth it? So I'm going to get a little closer. You can see the spray of each. So the compressor definitely controls the shots a little bit better, but the flash hider is not too bad. The suppressor was definitely the worst. So let's test grips now. If I couldn't find a vertical grip, I always went to lightweight. So I wanted to see, is the lightweight really doing what I need it to do on the Vector? So here we go, vertical. Now the half grip. Not bad for the half grip. And then finally the lightweight. So the vertical's still the best, but I was wrong. The lightweight grip is not as good as the half. So if you have to pick one, pick the half. Don't go with the lightweight. And I've always wondered what exactly does the tack stock do, so I just figured I'd take it off and put it on and see what happens. So there's no tack stock. And here's with it applied. So it does make a difference. If you can pick it up, pick it up. Now let's check out sights. So here's a red dot. Here's a 2X. Here's a 3X. And now the 4X. So according to my study, my little test, I don't see a huge difference. It looks about the same. So that's good to know. So this test is to see why does my gun dip down after I'm shooting at somebody. And I figured it out because it depends on how much control I'm having to do on my gun and how much of that vertical recoil I'm taking out. When the gun automatically reloads, my sight drops down if I'm really trying to control that. So you're going to see me do this in a field test. I know I'm using a Tommy at this point, but I'm about to go find a Vector. So that kill shows that you need an extended mag for this gun. And for me especially. And I play on the Xbox. I'm not a PC player, so the aim is a lot more challenging. There's no aim assist. So you really have to know how to use that controller and your limitations. So I want to kind of go over that with you with the Vector. So the guy got the jump on me. He fired before I did, but I was still able to knock him. And that's kind of the awesome power of the Vector. And this other guy knocks Foul Master, so I know I have to push him. I can't dilly-dally because I got to get back and save Foul. I purposely didn't kill his buddy because I didn't want him to kill Foul. So same thing. That guy got the drop on me. He fired before I did, but I was still able to take him out because of the Vector. So let's rewind that. If you'll watch my aim, it took me a second to locate him. I strafe left and right. And on my third strafe, I went right, then left, and then right. And that's when it finished him because it fires so many bullets so fast. And that's what I've noticed is what I'm starting to do. And is that strafing maneuver with the controller. It's not easy to do, but that's pretty much how you have to aim with a controller. So same thing. Strafe, strafe. And that time it only took me 2 passes. So, well, no, 3. 1, 2, 3. On that third strafe across him is when I got him. So since you're lighter with an SMG in your hand, it seems like when I do my strafing maneuver that I'm able to maybe dodge a few more bullets and give myself a little bit more time to stay alive. So let's test that again. Guy stole our motorcycle. So now we're having to run. I think I heard footsteps and I spotted this guy. Now that one, because he was a little bit further away, I was able to just aim at him. But I do my strafing maneuver right there and it worked out again. So let's rewind that again. So I'm able to keep this on him. I think that's why I like the red dot. I would probably use a 2x2, but the red dot doesn't take up that much room on my screen. And I'm able to see a wider area. So I just do my strafing pattern on this guy. He can't keep his sights on me. Now I do have the suppressor on here, but after my little test, I would probably have used a compensator. This is actually before I did my test. It's hard to quantify how much that suppressor helps. You know, does it give you a couple extra seconds and maybe people have to try and locate you by sound and maybe they can't? So you can get a kill? I don't know. It's really hard to say on that one. But I do know that if the guy is dead, it doesn't matter if he can hear you or not. So I think that's why I would probably prefer the compensator over the suppressor. So, I mean, this is pretty obvious, but at a long distance like this, I want to do these short controlled bursts. You know, about 3 shots apiece. There, I wouldn't have minded if I had it at 2x. But to be able to know that I can knock someone that far away with a red dot, it's like, well, do I really need the 2x? You know, I could have easily switched to the M4. So here's the final bit. And when you got 11 kills, you start thinking, I'm unstoppable. Nobody can touch me. Vector is king. However, it's one drawback. 33 rounds. I knocked that guy with my strafing maneuver, but his buddy gets me. You can't win them all, but the Vector sure does help you try. Anyways, hope that helps you guys.